Hey there everyone, and welcome to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. On today's video, we're going to be catching up on patch notes that Arcade1up have put out for updates that they've recently done to some of their machines. Now, maybe you own these machines and weren't even aware that an update has gone out for them. And while I don't think there's anything tremendous and earth-shattering in these particular updates, I did want to cover them, like I said, for some of you who may even own some of these machines and didn't even know you had an update waiting. So let's jump right in and take a look at it right after this. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for tuning into this video. If this happens to be your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscription button, click the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video, give this one a thumbs up, and leave a comment below if you want to be part of the conversation. So, I just happened to be scrolling around through Arcade1up's app, and I noticed a new patch notes update on there for a couple of their arcade machines. So, I figured I would check it out and see what they've updated recently. Now, like I said in the beginning, I don't think that there's anything here earth-shattering, just a couple of interesting things that they've decided to update. And I have to admit, there's a couple of things on here that I'm not actually really sure what they even do or what they actually fix, because the patch notes are not very detailed. But some of you may own these machines. Some of you, like I said, maybe you haven't turned them on in a little while, didn't even know there was an update. Maybe this is something that even annoyed you and you're glad that they're fixing it. So for those of you, let's check this out. All right, so this is a look at the Arcade1up app running on my phone. I've got it cast to my computer here. Yes, it is stretched out a little bit, but I did that just to make it look a little bit bigger, make the notes a little bit easier as I start to go through them. The app does not look like this, all stretched out like that. I've done that just to make it a little bit easier to see as I go through things on the screen. Now, if I scroll down a little bit past all of this, you're going to see that there is an update. I'm shooting this video at the end of the day on August 19th. You can see it's posted today. Patch updates. Let's check it out. Okay, so we're going to go through these patch updates dated today. It says we've made some improvements to several of our arcade machines. Below are the details. There's a date here of August 13th. So possibly that means that these updates actually went live several days ago, but they're just putting the patch notes out now. So it is even possible that some of these I'm going to go through. Maybe you've noticed that there was an update to your machine, but you didn't know what it actually fixed. So hopefully this will tell you that in case, you know, it didn't come up on the machine to tell you what it fixed, or maybe you blew right through it and forgot. Either way, let's go through it. Let's start with two machines that are basically have the same update to them. The Capcom Legacy Shinko Hadouken Blue Edition and Capcom Legacy Yoga Flame Red Edition. And it says this is update number 5, background audio bug. Fixed an issue when turning off the background music on the game selection screen. Wouldn't save after restarting the machine. It now works as expected. Yoga Flame says the same thing. Similar fixes above. Background music will now stay off after restarting. So my guess here is apparently what was happening was if you went into the main menu on your Shinko Hadouken or your Yoga Flame Capcom Legacy and decided to turn off the background music that plays over the main menu when you're doing your game selection, when you powered off the machine and powered it back on, that background music would come back on again. It wouldn't save that setting when the machine was powered off. It looks like now this fixes that, so if you decide to turn the background music off during the game selection screen, it will stay off when you power down. Power down your machine, turn it back on, game music stays off. Again, nothing earth-shattering, nothing to do with gameplay here, but probably something that maybe annoyed some of you who own this. Now you have an update and a fix for that. Moving right along to the next update, we've got 3 machines here that again have basically the same update going for them, and they're all the NBA Jam machines. You've got the standard NBA Jam, you've got the 4-player NBA Jam Deluxe that came out I think last year sometime, and of course the XL, the NBA Jam Shaq Edition. And it looks like what they've done here is add a passcode feature. On NBA Jam, this is going to be update number 7. For the Deluxe, it's update number 1. And for Shaq, it's update number 4. All say the same thing. Add passcode feature. Introduced a passcode feature for compatibility with the new 2-player deck version. So again, I'm not quite sure exactly what this means, what this passcode is going to do, but it has something to do with the new Slimcade NBA Jam that's coming out that's got a 2-player only deck on it. I'm guessing this is something that they're doing to make it compatible to play online with that machine that only allows for 2 players compared to all of these machines that have a 4-player deck on it. Again, what a passcode does for that, personally, I'm not very sure. I don't own an NBA Jam myself, so I can't really test this out for myself. But those of you who are watching this, if you own one of the NBA Jams, did you get this update? And did you notice anything new, any new features on it, anything new about it in relation to this passcode feature? I'd be curious to know exactly what it does and what its purpose is in relation to the 2-player deck version. But whatever it does, however it's meant to work, apparently, I guess the purpose here is to make it compatible so that if you own one of these 4-player versions of NBA Jam, and you've got a friend or somebody online who purchases the new 2-player one, you guys will be able to play together, and it shouldn't be an issue. And I think that's a question that maybe some people had when this 2-player deck was announced. Will it be compatible with the 4-player one? How's that going to work? Well, again, apparently whatever they've done here, that's how they've decided to fix it so that they can play each other online. And finally, the last update is for the PacMan Classic Edition. And Classic Editions being the Walmart exclusive versions, lovingly called the peasant version sometimes. These come with no riser. They stand at just 4 feet tall. No light up marquee, things like that. But it looks like that specific version has this update, update number 5, time sync fix, fixed an alignment issue on the game selection screen. Again, I don't really know exactly what that refers to. Haven't seen this one myself, but for those of you who maybe own this PacMan Classic Edition, maybe this was something that was bugging you and driving you crazy, and they finally fixed it. But that's going to do it for all of the current updates that Arcade1up has put in these patch notes. That's all for this round of updates. Thanks for playing. And there you have it. That's the latest round of updates from Arcade1up for some of their machines. Now again, like I said, nothing earth-shattering here. I think for the most part, these are some minor bug fixes to little things that possibly annoyed people, mostly to do with UI, menus, background music, that kind of stuff. I think the only thing that's even somewhat interesting here is this passcode feature for NBA Jam that makes the 4-player versions compatible with the 2-player version. Again, not really sure how that works, what the whole purpose of a passcode is for that, but whatever it is, again, if this is what they had to do to make it compatible so that you can play, if you own a 4-player one and you can play online with the 2-player version, well, that's what this is for. So I think that's really the only thing very interesting here. The rest of it, again, if you owned a Capcom Yoga Flame or Shinko Hadouken, and the fact that you wanted to turn the background music off and it didn't stay off, if that annoyed you, that's now fixed. So that's great. In the Classic Edition, again, whatever that alignment issue was on the game selection screen, you know, nice. I guess I'm glad they fixed it. I think there are certain things that people are still waiting for other fixes on. Time will tell when they finally get to those, but at least this is a little something. Again, nothing spectacular, nothing earth-shattering. Sorry if this wasn't an exciting video for you, but I know a lot of people don't really pay attention to the Arcade1up app that often, so I thought I would put this out there. Again, maybe you own some of these machines, maybe you didn't realize there was an update, or maybe you did the update, but you missed the notes on screen, you didn't know what it actually did. Well, now you know. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, great. Leave me a thumbs up. If you didn't, if you thought it wasn't all that interesting because you don't really care about these updates, leave me a thumbs up anyway. It helps out the channel. Of course, if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and do that as well. You can even ring that notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I put up a new video. And of course, leave me your comments below. I would really be curious to hear from any of you who actually own some of these machines, who actually did the updates. If, you know, you found it interesting that you had this update, maybe, like I said, if you didn't know, now you do. Or, like I said, maybe it was something that you were happy that they fixed. Let me know. That's going to do it for this video. I will see you guys on the next one. So in the meantime, happy gaming. Take care.